Hello everyone, I'm Indie Villain, and I'm going to be running V for you today. V is a platformer from 2010, and it features a fantastic soundtrack and some good puzzle rooms. With me on comms today is the person who's responsible for me running this game in the first place, Metroid Crime. Hi, Crime.
Hi, Indy. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for asking me to be on comms.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate you doing this. I wouldn't have anyone else, so I'm really excited for this. And thanks, Angie, for having us on. I appreciate that. But with that out of the way, I am ready to start going here. So the timer is going to start when I click New Game here. And so I'll do a quick countdown, and then we'll be on our way. So in 3, 2, 1, go. So the first 20 seconds of this game are mostly menuing. You're going to want to click as fast as you can, because the timer is already going, of course, and it goes through this cutscene. You want to rest your fingers as much as you can.
Are you mashing through this cutscene?
I am not mashing through the cutscene. I remembered to not do that this time.
It can be a pain on your fingers to have to mash through that, so, you know,
Absolutely.
only at the appropriate times.
Absolutely. And this is stop sign, and I didn't get it that time, but that's alright. I will this time. Promise.
You will do it,
There we go.
believe. There we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
That trick kills more speedruns than any other, because you want to get that first cycle. You can save about 3 or 4 seconds there by doing it properly. One more menuing section, and then we'll be on our way here through the first level. We are playing as Captain Viridian, who is the captain of this spaceship that just crashed into a mysterious dimension called Dimension V, and now we are on the lookout for our crewmates who are scattered around the ship. So we're going to be trying to rescue them for the rest of the game.
We actually have 6 crewmates. We are a crew of 6, rather. And all of the crewmates start with the letter V.
That's
Fun
right.
fact.
They do. They do. Some of them you may not think are named after colors because they kind of have odd names, but they are. It took us a while to realize that when we started playing the game, though. But that's Violet right here, who is going to describe to us the horrible states that all of our crewmates are in right now. Like Verdigris right there, falling for eternity. That would be absolute misery. So we're going to try and save them as fast as possible. One more menu section there, and now we are in our first open space area. These areas you want to traverse as quickly as possible, of course, but you do not want to be on the ground very often. You move faster moving diagonally. So we're going to come up here to Space Station 2 in just 1 second, which is another tricky level.
Definitely. It is one of the more tricky levels, so it's a good thing that it happens near the beginning of the run.
Absolutely. And right here are conveyor belts. These are going to play a big part of several chunks of the game. They can help you or hurt you, depending on how you maneuver through them. We just got
Murdered
killed by the truth. Yes, exactly. That's a brutal way to die. But the good thing about this game is there's no like marathon safe strats really, because checkpoints are super close to where you're gonna go anyway. So you just kind of go for everything. So I'm gonna go for every trick I know today, and hopefully we get them all first try. Fingers crossed, right?
Yeah, first try.
Yeah, definitely. But we got through the wise room here.
Yep, coming up is the cloud skip, and Indy
so close.
almost.
So close.
So close. This is
Yeah.
a very complex skip.
Yeah. We didn't get a first cycle, which makes it about 10 times harder to time.
Definitely. And
There we
there's
go.
so many parts of this game that are just like, if you don't enter the room exactly in the right place, you will not make that cycle, and it's almost impossible to catch back up.
Yeah, definitely. You want to be first cycle in as much as you can, of course, not just for speed, but also for ease. Because normally the first cycle is the one that you can get through smoothly. That's not the case for every room, but for most rooms. Oops. That's alright. We'll
This is a particularly complex room.
Yeah. You wanna flip 3 times as fast as possible in that room, while using the conveyor belts to your advantage. But this is a nice little breather room, which is always good to have in a complex run. And V-Stitch looks like a simple room, but if you get the rhythm wrong, you're going to be stuck there for a long time. But we got it.
First try.
Yeah, first try. Not too bad. Went a little slower than I would like, but not too bad. And we found Vitellary, who is named after egg yolk. That's the scientific name, I guess?
Yes.
Yeah, and we're out of Space Station 2.
Great job.
Thank you. And up next, we're going to have another open space section on our way to Tower. Tower is one of my least favorite parts of the game because it's an auto-scroller, but that's not why I dislike it. I dislike it because I'm not great at it compared to Metroid Crime, who I race against all the time.
Oh, come on. No, that's not true. No. There will be no slander of yourself here during this stream on this marathon. You are great at this.
Well,
you do not give yourself enough credit.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that.
Indy's PB in this game is about 20 seconds better than mine. So, you know, we're catching up. We've been competing a lot.
Yeah.
And it's been a lot of fun. We've learned so much from each other.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. In this tower section is actually one thing that you taught me, which are death skips, where you die on these checkpoints like this to force the auto-scroller to move up faster than it wants to. And there are 6 of them in total. We're going to go for all 6. I'm hoping we at least hit 5. That's the goal. There we go. Here's the second one.
Nice.
There's a third one.
Oh.
Oh, that one didn't really give me much, but we got it still. There's 4th. Oh, slightly too quick.
Close.
Slightly too quick. I get... Oh no, I did it again. I get tripped up by the... You want to go when these spikes recede, but they recede twice, and so it trips me. It tricks me. Well, we did get 5.
There we go. 5
technically.
out of 6.
We technically got 5. So that works.
But
that works.
is it technically? I think technically you got 7.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. The ideal run of V shows you at the end of the game your toughest room being the tower with 6 deaths. So we like to meme on each other when we have too many, and just like she did to me just then. So all's fair. All's fair. I'll get her back for that later, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely.
But we are almost out of the tower section. We are coming up to the end, and we're about to meet the security officer of the ship, Vermilion. Vermilion is around a lot for the rest of the run, because the next level is actually an escort mission, which is every gamer's favorite mission in a video game.
Totally.
Yeah, there's never been any painful escort missions ever. So the gimmick to this escort mission is that Vermilion only moves when you're on the floor. So if you do not want him to move, you need to jump to the ceiling. So like that kind of demonstrates it. Mm-hmm. There we go. We got
some very quick
smoothly.
Movement there.
Yeah.
It can be very scary. If you die there, you go back 3 rooms.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that was close. I almost didn't go far enough for that first orb, but we got it. One of the hardest rooms in the game is coming up. It's called Not As I Do, which features 3 platforms that you have to get Vermilion across. And he doesn't like to go across them. He likes to give you a hard time. It's coming up right here, so I'm going to concentrate here.
Yeah, sure. So there, you basically have to do some very quick thinking here to get Vermilion exactly where you want him, and also yourself. Wow, that was perfect. Good job.
That went so much better than I expected it to. Oh, well, you know.
This room, yeah, you know, this room is just deceptively difficult. You got it pretty quickly, too. 1 death there.
Yeah, 1 death isn't too bad.
Yeah, totally. And then this room is just to waste your time.
Yeah, this is one of those rooms that's for casual players, and speedrunners wonder why it's in there at all. But that's okay. That's okay. I'll take easy rooms.
Yeah.
I shouldn't complain about that, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are on our way to Warp Zone now. Another open space section here first, though. Warp Zone has a gimmick in it where it does screen wrapping. So you need to move through the left side of the screen and you appear on the right, or the top and you appear on the
Hi,
bottom.
Vermilion. Sorry, had to interrupt there.
Hi, Vermilion, yes. We do say hi to Vermilion if he's been a good boy. That's, he wasn't too bad today. It was me who made the mistake today. So that's all right. He deserved to be said hello to.
But as Indy said, we're coming up to Warp Zone, which is this whole section here is kind of preparing us for what to expect. We got these little warp areas here, and we're gonna go through this whole section as well. And then this next section here looks like it's wrapping around, but it's actually 2 separate rooms, which is a very clever way to introduce the mechanics for the next level.
Yeah, and that can be super tricky when you're a new player coming into this zone, because you don't realize that they're 2 separate rooms, and so you get lost on the map, and it can be a little painful. But once you figure it out, it's not too bad at all. But we're going to be skipping checkpoints in this section to save time. This is another one of those rooms that you kind of wonder why it's in here, but it's just introducing the screen wrapping more and more.
Great.
There you go. For this next room, you want to bounce into it so you can get this first cycle, which we did. Oh, this is actually one of the toughest rooms in the game. Slightly deceptive in how it looks, but timing those red triangles can be a huge pain. But we got it first try, which I'm happy about.
Yeah. This section moves by extremely quickly. There's a whole lot of screen wrapping here, but you can get through it pretty quickly. And coming up on the heart rooms here, which are probably the most pain levels in the entire warp zone. But it looks like Indy is, wow, just total pro there. Look at that. Got through those rooms so quickly, first cycle. Hey.
Yeah, not bad
Good
at
job.
all. Not bad at all there. But now is the run ender for a lot of people. It's the Gravitron. Do you want to explain the Gravitron for us?
Sure. So first off, we have rescued Verdigris, who is another crewmate. Green. Verdigris or Verdigreen, whichever one you want to go with. But we have now been forced into this second intermission here, and this is the Gravitron. So this contains the RNG section of the game. This is 60 seconds that you have to survive on the Gravitron for. Every 10 seconds the pattern changes up, and every 5 seconds is a checkpoint. So if you happen to die, you want to die on the checkpoint, basically, so that you don't lose too much time. You'll lose about 2.5 seconds for every death if you die on the checkpoint specifically. Coming up soon is the 30 to 20 second mark, and at that point, it's totally RNG. These patterns here are pretty set unless you die, and it kind of changes up the pattern, but it's a set pattern until you get to 30 seconds, which is coming up right here. So you just kind of have to estimate your best. It has kind of preset patterns. You kind of know a little bit what to do here, but it's completely random how it throws them at you. And he got through that section perfectly. Wow, look at that. So we're coming up on this section is a little bit of a pain as well, but I think he's going to get through it pretty almost. But this is a very good Gravitron regardless. This section I die here a lot personally.
Yep.
There's some very there's some sections here like these you can really get pincered between those 2 points there, and also you have to do that like little loop-de-loop every once in a while to get through there. But we're coming up on the home stretch, just bouncing between these. Nice. Oh my gosh, wow, that was extremely impressive. I don't even care that you died on the 5 second mark. You pulled it off without even trying that beforehand, only from watching me do it earlier.
Yeah, that's true. Goodness. But
and that was extremely impressive. That's okay. Yeah. You'll get it. There we go. Perfect.
I fall right in the hole. And now we get to actually save Verdigris. We thought we had saved him before, but now we actually get to save him. But we are on our way to what, in my opinion, is the best level and best music in this very good game, called Lab.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Lab.
It also has some of my favorite maneuvers as well, so hopefully I can show those off for you. But yeah, inside Lab is a character called Dr. Victoria, and she's my favorite character in the game as well, so... it's really just the best part of the run, I guess.
But yeah, be on the listen for the music. The music is so good in this section. You will see Indy hit these like flashing white lines, and those automatically flip gravity for you without you having to do it yourself. And it creates some really interesting opportunities for some really cool movement. Actually, coming up is one of the cooler ones. And Indy is going to perfectly maneuver around this section. Wow, look at that. Oh, impressive. Nice, nice. And now he's going for the big bounce over here.
Yeah, we call this big bounce because it's a big bounce.
Yeah.
Oh,
almost. Almost. Just slightly clipped his foot there on the edge.
Yeah, caught a toenail.
There you go. Okay.
So for this section, you want to hold left as you go down this shaft, so you can hit this without pausing at all. And, didn't quite get that skip.
You do a little bit of coyote jump perfect over that section. Nice. Almost.
Yeah, these orbs can actually get you stuck for quite a while.
Yeah, definitely. You kind of have to... Yeah, you kind of have to do like a little move, pause.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And we're gonna do a line skip. Perfect, look at that. Well, not a line skip, a line bounce.
We haven't really named that, have we?
Yeah, no, because I think there is a trick that called line skip that is a glitch, so it's not that. Because we are doing a glitchless run.
Yeah, absolutely. So we just rescued Dr. Victoria. The reason she's one of my favorite characters is because she's sad whenever you're not around. And I really like when she gets happy. But the whole crew now is waiting for us to come through the portal. But we actually don't make it through, and now they're all sad too. But we get to rescue ourselves now in sort of a boss rush of levels here called Finale. We're going to use every trick that we've learned so far to get through this part. Like right there is screen wrapping. And we're going to try to make this yes on the first cycle. Oh, so close. So close. Went slightly too far. Slightly too far again.
This rhythmic movement can be a pain. You kind of second guess yourself, and you can either slow down, or you can just try to charge through and be like, yeah, I'm gonna make this cycle.
Yeah. So something we actually forgot to talk about is that there's momentum physics in this game. Your character does not stop or start when you press the button. You have to build up speed, and you have to time when to let go. So even if something looks like extremely simple to get through, it's not quite that simple.
Nice.
Yeah. We're gonna get through this without buffering. There we go. If you want to get through that room slightly easier, you can buffer your jumps and take a safety bounce to try and get the proper momentum, but if you do it properly, you can get through on one cycle there. And this is Time Slip, where you have to fight against a conveyor belt. This room is awful.
Definitely,
when you start out.
Yes. Absolutely can be a run killer. Or under pressure, for a marathon. I'm pretty sure I never get this room perfect.
Yeah, it's not my friend, that's for sure.
This room also very complex. You have to wow, that was a nice set of 3 jumps there at the end.
Thank you. Oh.
Some very tricky timing here.
Mm-hmm.
I love the name of that room as well.
Yeah, the orbs are always a little tricky for me. Well, we got it. There we go.
Nice.
So we have 2
Back
final
to the auto-scrollers.
Auto-scrollers, yeah, exactly, to finish this run. And you just try to make it through as fast as you can. Normally, if you're on, like, PB pace, your heart is pounding right now when you get to this section. And it makes this really tough. But we're going to try and do it as fast as we can. Ooh, slightly too far on this. You have to change angles in midair to get that smoothly, and it can be a little tough. But we got it here.
Oh,
there we go.
We're
Coming
almost
up
there.
on the end. You get the final trinket of the game and jump out into space, trusting that your crewmates are going to rescue you by teleporting you back to the ship. And we actually have time coming up right now.
Now.
Excellent.
Yes. Yay! Yay!
Thanks so
Great.
much. So, yeah, not a bad run at all. Enjoyed that. Thank you so much, everyone. But we still have a slight bit of the story left to go. If you click through this menu, eventually your crewmates do see you flying out into space and start teleporting you back. any moment now. Yay!
Yay!
Captain! See, they're
Captain!
all excited to see you, and it's a really feel-good ending to the game. And the crew starts doing science, hard science, in Dimension V, and you know, it's an excellent game, really good feel-good story between like friends. There's also a romance subplot that we didn't even mention, but you need to play the game to see that because it's really good. But the secret to friendship is actually just being in a rock band, as you can see with this picture that loads eventually.
Transmitting from Dimension V.
Yeah. And, I mean, some people think this picture is kind of creepy with their eyes all big and bulgy, but I think it's adorable because
they're so cute.
Yeah, I think they're amazing. And Viridian, I just noticed he's the lead singer, which is pretty great too. I don't think I ever noticed the power or the microphone cord there. But yeah, thank you so much for letting us run this game for all of you, and thank you for having us, Angie.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Indie Villain, and you can find me on social media at Indie Villain or here on Twitch. And with me was Metroid Crime. Crime, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/MetroidCrime or on social media, either as Metroid Crime or Metroid_crime. Come find me.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm
I
around.
highly recommend that. She's the reason that I got into speedrunning in the first place, and she's encouraged a lot of people to get into it. So I think you're responsible for at least like 10 runners now. So I should feel pretty proud about that. But thank you for being on comms with me. And I'll see you all for the rest of the marathon in chat. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Heck yeah, sounds good. Bye.
Bye.